Here are 3 fun projects for a 3D scanner, one small, one medium, and one large. We'll be using 3 different printers to bring them to life. The massive Sovol SV08 MAX, the blazing fast FS1 S1 Pro, and the new Creality K2 Plus. But this video is about more than just projects. Almost exactly a year ago, my little nephew Levi and I got our first 3D scanner, the Creality Ferret Pro from Geekbuying.com. That's when we first scanned him. We just rescanned and printed him again. How much did he change from age 11 to 12? These are the years of big change. We are about to find out. I'm gerGO from gerGO Print 3D. On this channel, we explore exciting projects with 3D printers and DIY tools, sharing tips, tricks, and creative ideas. All videos include chapters, multilingual subtitles, and now our channel's got audio tracks in 12 languages. Check if it's available in yours. Now, a quick project update. As I mentioned last week, my top riser design for the SV08 MAX enclosure combines 3D printed parts with transparent acrylic panels. For that, we turn to our sponsor, PCBWay, who are a fantastic source for custom parts like this, unless you happen to have an industrial-sized CO2 laser in your workshop. They were incredibly fast, manufacturing the parts in just 3 business days, and it arrived from China to Budapest in another 4. Unfortunately, it has now spent the last 6 days waiting for customs, so that update will have to come next time. In any case, PCBWay is great, whether you need PCBs, specialized 3D prints, or laser cuts for this project, they will deliver. A big thank you to PCBWay for their support. The star of today's show is this Creality CR Otter Lite, which was sent to us by Geekbuying.com in exchange for our experiences shown in this video. A big thank you to them as well.
So, I decided something. To unbox this Creality 3D scanner.
From Geekbuying.com. First out is this high-quality carrying case.
It's a very beautiful case.
Box in a box.
Yeah. Suitcase in the box.
Then a big pile of reflective marker dot stickers and a gift mini turntable.
So if you can scan an item like that.
Mm-hmm. And it's pretty good at scanning black objects. At least according to the listing on the webpage, we'll make sure to test it. A piece of cleaning cloth.
Oh, like a little camera wiper.
A calibration plate made of glass, and you have to be very careful with it so the dots don't get scratched. It helps with perfect calibration.
Yes, right. So, next part.
Mm-hmm. You get a test object.
What is that?
They give you a test object to practice scanning. We will scan it.
This is my new favorite thing after Happy.
Yeah, all the birds. That's the handle.
You have to place the camera right there.
Mm-hmm.
A long
2-meter long data cable.
Charging cable.
Mm-hmm.
This is like
that goes on the handle, and it's a phone holder.
Like this.
Mm-hmm. And you can place your phone into it. A wrist lanyard in case you use the scanner without the wireless handle.
We have two
USB Type A to Type C adapter dongles, and finally
the thing everybody is waiting for.
It's much bigger than the Ferret. The Otter Lite uses 8 near-infrared LEDs and 2 pairs of lenses to support scanning objects from as small as 20 millimeters up to 2 meters with an accuracy of up to 50 microns. It can track using markers, geometry, or texture, and even captures color illuminated by 2 additional white LEDs on the device.
And we broke it! No.
That was quick. That broke.
No.
The little the little spring that was pulling it. It's broken.
We make mistakes, so you don't have to.
Yeah, so don't pull on it too strong.
Because that's gonna happen.
As we inserted my phone into the holder, one arm of the spring-loaded grip broke off, probably because my phone was too big with its case on. So we took a little detour. We found the 4 screws holding it together under the rubber padding, and using our trusty Hotto precision screwdriver, took it apart. Inside, we were happy to see nothing was actually broken, only the loop at the end of the spring had opened. I fixed the loop, rehooked it. Tudod venni?
Nagyjából.
And done. And we put this back, and together we were able to reassemble it, and it's good as new. We still love our Hotto tools. You can find links and a substantial 15% off coupon in the description below. Order quickly, don't miss out on this opportunity. Whoa! Back to how it was. Scanner and the phone. But you don't really need the phone. It's special because you have these buttons on it. First you have to turn it on here, and then these, you can press this to start. How do you turn it off? You long press maybe. Long press. My Windows 10 computer refused to connect via USB. I tried all the ports, USB 2, USB 3, Type A, Type C, ports on the front, ports at the back. None detected the scanner. I then tried our trusty Ferret Pro. And this time, it couldn't connect either. We used the Ferret Pro with the USB cable before, so a Windows update must have broken something. I wish Microsoft would stop updating Windows. It's just getting worse. Good news, they will finally leave us alone at the end of this year. So anything that works at the end of this year will hopefully keep working forever. We need a wired connection because that's the only way Creality Scan allows calibration. For some reason, you cannot calibrate over wireless. I ended up setting up the app on my old Lenovo Yoga, which did allow USB connection. It's a very old and slow machine, so calibration was a hassle, but I still got a score of 95.98, which is sufficient. The calibration data is stored in the scanner itself, so we can now go back to using wireless on my higher performance desktop computer. Here's a quick editing time update. After rolling back my desktop's recent updates, I managed to get a stable connection using USB 3, and wow, the calibration on this computer runs smooth as butter compared to my laptop. I immediately redid the calibration and achieved an improved score of 96.26. You don't need to recalibrate often, but I'm certainly hoping the USB connection keeps working from now on. That said, for most applications, the wireless connection is just far more convenient. And switching to wireless was a night and day difference. Using the ComFast Wi-Fi 6 adapter, also from Geekbuying, for just under $30, the connection was flawless. I've had it for a year now. It works reliably. Highly recommended. A fantastic new feature in Creality Scan 4 is the wireless display mode. You install the Creality Scan app on your phone, adjust a few firewall settings on your PC, important, and connect both devices to the Otter Lite's Wi-Fi bridge. Start a new scan on your PC and click on the button Wireless Display. Then, on your phone, using this icon in the Scan app, you can scan the QR code that appears on your PC screen, and suddenly your phone becomes a wireless viewfinder for the scan. This is a game changer. Since we just gave you a really useful tip, now would be a great time to hit that like button and subscribe for more similar tips, tricks, and fun projects. In our video about the keyboard palm rest, we promised details about scanning, which comes now. See the perks of being subscribed? I first tried to scan the keyboard without markers. On a flat object like this, you have tracking problems and drifting. By default, the scanner uses geometry for tracking. If an object is flat but has a detailed texture, you can switch to that. With this plain black object, our best bet, however, is to track based on these little markers. At first, I placed too few markers on the keyboard itself and forgot to actually switch the tracking mode in the software. After watching a few of Paio's excellent scanner tutorials, we printed a handful of his marker towers and cubes on our Creality K2 Plus out of black Sovo PLA. After a bit of hide and seek with some fallen pieces, we got to the fun part, putting the marker stickers on the cubes, which increases their visibility angles. A task much quicker done by the two of us while finalizing our plans with the scanner regarding the balance game and scanning each other. There were even more ideas which did not make the cut for this video, but might come in a future episode. Scanning the keyboard with tracking set to marker mode, and these little marker cubes scattered around made all the difference. We got a perfect scan, even succeeding in aligning and combining two scans from opposite orientations of the object. I wish I had used this scan for the palm rest. It would have fitted the keyboard even better. Again, hopefully our mistake helps you do much better. We printed the palm rest out of matte blue G-Tech PLA on our SV08 MAX, the only printer this piece would fit on. For details, watch our video about that whole project and more. You've seen us print a large version of the balance game on the SV08 MAX out of Rainbow Silk PLA. They turned out great, and now it's time for the pieces. To improve on the original game, we decided each player should get a set of various weight pieces in different shapes. But what shapes? The obvious choice. Our favorite stuffed toys. George, Nuts, King, and of course, Happy, whom you remember I scanned with the Ferret Pro and printed a clone of for Levi for Christmas. That whole project is covered in this video. Scanning the other three toys was now really easy with the markers and the big turntable we made back in the winter. The scan quality is amazing. The Otter Lite even gets the color textures correctly, though we won't use those for 3D printing. We exported the STL models, scaled them down in Orca Slicer, and added little hexagonal bases to fit the board. We made 3 copies of each figure for a set of 12 for each player. For printing, we decided to use our lightning fast FS1 S1 Pro because we were impatient. Here's a cool trick. We printed the sets twice out of the same Rainbow Silk PLA from Sovo, printing the pieces of a set together, ensure they will have identical color changes. If you're lucky, the 2 sets will be printed from different parts of the rainbow filament, making them discernible. We were lucky. The first set used the green to blue part of the rainbow, while the second went from red to purple. For the third set, we used the orange-blue silk PLA from Sovo. For silk filament to get this shiny, another trick is to slow down, but it's enough if you slow down the outer wall and top layer. The inside can be printed fast. We went down to just 250 millimeters per second for these. The results are fantastic. A magnified, personalized version of the balance game. And now, the main event. It was exactly 1 year ago when we got the Ferret Pro from Geekbuying. In that popular video, we showed you how we scanned each other and printed our full-size head models. At the same time, I also made a full scan of the then 11-year-old Levi, which we printed back in February when we got our tallest printer, the FS1 S1 Pro. With another half a year past, it was time to scan Levi again. It was so much easier with the Otter Lite. It's faster, more accurate, and tracks much better. The physical buttons make starting and pausing so much easier. So much easier, in fact, that this time Levi could successfully scan me too. It also helps that he's taller now and can reach over the top of my head. How much taller, you ask? That's what we were eager to see. We printed at 24.76% scale statuette on the same S1 Pro as in February. After removing the supports, seeing it with Levi side by side is exciting. But the real kicker is the two statues side by side. Last August versus this August. 11 versus 12. The difference is incredible. He's taller, wider, and stronger, but the most striking change is in his face. We are literally witnessing a little boy turning to a little man. 3D printing has given us a physical snapshot of his growth, a memory we can hold in our hands. And this is just year one. Be sure to subscribe. We promise to scan again next August. So my first impressions of the Otter Lite: better integration with the wireless bridge, much improved convenience with on-device controls, slightly higher scanning quality, better accessories, much longer battery life, and much improved software. Honestly, I can't think of any drawbacks except for the higher price point, which is well justified. Now, it's important not to confuse the models. The Ferret Pro is the cheapest option. The Otter Lite, which we use now, has wireless connectivity. The regular Otter costs about the same as the Lite, but it trades wireless capability for higher resolution. For my setup, where wired connections failed, the wireless Lite was the perfect choice. Before giving you a little behind the scenes, let me tell you, all three models are available on geekbuying.com. Since they deliver from local warehouses, shipping is quick with no surprise customs or tax. They offer convenient payment methods and the same reliable warranty as other sources. The new Otter Lite currently has a great deal using our coupon code below. You can find links to all three models in the description. And now, a little behind the scenes. Have you seen our community post with this teaser image? Our unboxing room, aka my living room, is turning into a proper little studio. This time, we've added this rad sofa light strip we got from AliExpress. We can control the color and brightness with our voice using Google Home. Impressive for the price. Link in the description. If you enjoyed this, our video on printing our life-size heads is a must-see, and you can see how I use the Ferret Pro to design custom dust covers for our Anycubic Cobra 3 and other scanner projects in this playlist. Hopefully, our videos and these tools will enable you to go print 3D. Thank you for watching another gerGO Print 3D video all the way to the end. You made our day. Happy scanning!